Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to download the original emulator for the PS1 DuckStation.
Now before we jump into the video, please subscribe to our channel and feel free to check us out on eBay at GameXTC. You'll get valuable information on leveling up your video game hardware and software.
Head over to DuckStation and download the version that you need. As I'm on Windows, I'm going to select Windows, download VC and also download Duck, and as usual, the link's in the description. You also want to head over to PCSXR. Again, the link's in the description. This is where we're going to download our BIOS. Now that we've downloaded all three files, let's get to work. As all three files are now on my desktop, the first thing I want to do is unzip DuckStation. For this, I'm using 7-zip. The link's in the description. Once it's unzipped, I can then delete the zipped folder. You now want to create a new folder for your games, and in my case, I've called it subscribe as a gentle reminder for you to click that button. You then drag your games into that folder. The next step of the process is to open up your DuckStation folder. And here, you're going to create a new folder called BIOS. And what you then want to do is drag your SCPH1001 BIOS into this newly created folder. Now that's done, let's go to the DuckStation file. Double click to run, and you'll be presented with a Welcome to DuckStation screen. On this screen, you can change the language, you can also change the theme, which is essentially just the background color. You then click next, and here you'll see that your BIOS should automatically be set to the correct directory. If not, just browse and select the directory where you just stored your BIOS. You click next, and then you add the location as to where your games are saved. Mine are actually saved on my desktop, so I've clicked add desktop and then selected the correct folder, subscribe. It will then open the folder so you can see your games, but you don't want to select any games at this point, so all you want to do is select folder. You'll then receive a pop-up that says scan recursively. Here you want to click yes, then next, and then next again. Although this was on the controller setup, we're actually going to set this up at a later stage. Then you can click finish, which will show you a list of your games. Now if you want to set a cover image for your titles, then what you can do is change the list view to grid view by clicking this icon. You then right click your titles and select set cover image. Providing you've got some saved on your desktop or on your PC, then you can assign them to your tiles. It's as simple as this. Now in case you're struggling on where to get cover images, there's a link in the description. As you can imagine, DuckStation has a ton of features. So let's just go through the ones that we think is important to get you started. So let's start off with the controllers. You want to click settings and then controllers, and then controller port 1 analog controller. Now the default configuration for DuckStation is a keyboard. Left click the commands on the screen, for example, D-pad up, and then press that button on your controller. You do this for all the commands you can see on the screen. However, if you want to do it the quick way, plug your controller in before you load DuckStation. By doing so, it will automatically map the buttons on your controller. You can also create profiles in case you've got customized keys for certain games. You can also do this for controller port 2 if you're playing a 2-player game, and if you've got more than one controller, then you can do it for those as well. You then click close, go back into settings and select interface. Here we can change the behavior of DuckStation, which I won't go into too much considering that we don't really need to change the default settings. The one change that I will make here is the game display. I want to start it on the full screen. We then want to go into graphics, and here you can leave the renderer as automatic, but depending on which graphics card you actually want to use, you can change the adapter. But for this walkthrough, I'm going to leave mine on default. As I'm loading my games using the full screen, you want to change the aspect ratio to 16:9. And on that note, I think we're done. And as I said earlier, there are tons of features within DuckStation, so much that you could just get yourself lost in. You'll find yourself fine-tuning and tweaking them so that your games are running as smooth as anything. Once you're happy, click close, and that's it. Now that the configurations are complete, we can select our game and have a trip down memory lane.
Round 1. Fight! Round 2. Fight!